At the beginning of the drama, we see a female character named Luwan taking an exam. She doesn't know the answer to a question, and the madam says, "Let's all hand in our test papers because time is up." Luwan doesn't want to because she hasn't answered the questions. But a little girl takes her test paper, and Luwan remembers she has to bake a cake and runs away. Then we see a male character swimming. His name is Ren Chu. He gets out of the swimming pool and tells everyone, "Come on, I will train you all." This shows he is a trainer. Meanwhile, as Luwan is running to bake the cake, a boy named Jiaxian grabs and pulls her bag. Luwan says to him, "Happy birthday." Jiaxian says, "Thank you." Then she says, "Tonight we will meet at the birthday party and tell Liangxia to come to the party early." Liangxia is Luwan's friend. Luwan has had a crush on Jiaxian for the past 5 years, but she hasn't expressed her feelings. Luwan bakes the cake and is going towards college with it, and then we see Ren Chu. He is coming on his bicycle, and Luwan comes in his way. Ren Chu quickly stops his bicycle, and they come very close to each other. Luwan quickly says, "Sorry, I was in a hurry," and she gives him candy as an apology and leaves. Then we see Luwan beautifully dressed, carrying the cake, and stopping to look at herself in a mirror. She doesn't know that some boys are sitting inside the mirror watching her, and Ren Chu is among them. Luwan gives a cute expression, and all the boys sitting inside are watching her with great enjoyment. After Luwan leaves, Ren Chu is looking at the candy she gave him. Then, Luwan arrives at the birthday celebration place, but she doesn't see anyone. But then Jiaxian comes from inside, and he has had quite a lot to drink. He hugs Luwan and says, "I have been in love for 2 years, and I know I should have told you earlier because you are my best friend, but I will tell you today." Then he says, "Sorry, Luwan. I have been in a relationship with Liangxia for 2 years." Then he calls Liangxia and leaves. After he leaves, Luwan is crying very hard. Then we see a scene from 2 years ago where Luwan introduced her friend Liangxia to Jiaxian, and the three of them celebrate a birthday together. A teacher comes to check who is there so late at night. Seeing this, Jiaxian says, "Eat the cake quickly." Then the three of them start eating the cake. Luwan had told her friend Liangxia, "I like this boy." In the present, Luwan is crying and eating cake and drinking. Then another friend of hers, Chao, comes, and Luwan tells Chao everything while crying. So Chao says, "You have only 2 ways now. Either you get Jiaxian back or you find a cute, good-looking boy and spend your happy life with him." Luwan likes this idea. Then she starts looking at photos of all the good-looking boys in college on her phone, including Ren Chu's photo. And after seeing him, she says, "I will make him mine now." When she's about to go out, she sees so many boys standing outside, and after seeing the boys, Luwan quickly closes the door. Then the next day, when Luwan wakes up and comes out, some girls come and say to her, "How can you like Ren Chu? Look, he will reject you." Luwan says, "Which Ren Chu? And what are you talking about?" And then quickly runs into the room. Then she starts remembering the events of the night, what she did after drinking. Then we are shown that after closing the door, she opens the door again and sees so many boys standing there. So Luwan says, "I have drunk, so I am seeing so many boys." But her friend says, "I did not drink, but I am also seeing so many boys." Then all the boys say, "Ren Chu, have you heard? She is looking for you and wants to impress you." Ren Chu also comes and says, "Yes, I have heard everything." Then looking towards Luwan, he tells all the boys, "Let's go from here." And we come to know that by mistake, Luwan had gone into the boys' washroom. Then she calls her friend, who tells her, "Look, you have gone viral at school." So she opens her laptop and quickly starts looking, and everyone is just talking about Ren Chu and Luwan. Therefore, the poor girl is going towards her class while hiding. When she reaches the class, everyone in the class is also talking about it. Then a boy comes to her, carrying a question paper, but Luwan says, "I don't know anything about who he is." Everyone in the class is shocked, and the boy starts saying, "I just came here to give you the question paper. Why did you overreact so much?" After apologizing to him, Luwan goes to the swimming pool and thinks that she will find Ren Chu here, and she sees that Ren Chu is inside the swimming pool. Then she is trying to save him, and Ren Chu grabs the stick she is holding, causing Luwan to fall as well. Then Ren Chu brings her out, and she starts saying, "I was just saving you." Ren Chu says, "I was just sleeping inside." So Luwan thinks, "Can someone sleep in water?" Then she says, "Well, leave it. I want to talk to you because people are making stories about us. So why don't we both clarify that there is no such relationship between us and I don't even like you?" So Ren Chu says, "That day in the washroom, you yourself said that you like me." Luwan starts saying, No, I had drunk." And just then she starts falling. So Ren Chu catches her, and Luwan puts her hand on his chest. Ren Chu starts saying, "You don't like me, so if you don't move your hand from here, I will call the police." Hearing this, she quickly moves away and says, "Your muscles look quite good, and what I am studying is related to muscles, so I was just looking to study." Next day, when Luwan is in class, Madam also talks to her. Some people, after coming into a relationship, are not focusing on their studies and are getting such bad marks. Everyone starts looking towards Luwan, so Luwan also starts looking behind, but there is no one behind her. Then she is hiding her face. Then Renchu comes into their class. Madam tells him, go and sit at the back. And as Renchu is going to the back, he smiles at Luwan and sits down. Luwan and her friend are both saying, why did he smile at us? Then we are shown a flashback scene in which Renchu sees that he did not get good marks in his social studies. Because of this, his friend says, you don't smile at anyone and don't talk to anyone properly. So you have to go to another class and smile at the people you don't know and talk to them properly. Therefore, Renchu takes admission in Luwan's class. Then after class, Luwan quickly comes to her mother. Her mother runs a fruit shop and her mom gives her oranges, saying, invite Jiaxian for dinner today. You both have loved each other since childhood, right? We are open-minded. We won't say anything. So Luwan says, no, he has a girlfriend now. Then mom says, my daughter will find another good boy. Child, you don't need to be sad. Luwan hugs her mom, and her dad also comes and says, today we will feed you good food. Then Renchu comes to the same shop, seeing whom Luwan starts running away, but then thinks, why am I running away from here? This is my shop. Then Renchu says, send these fruits to one place, I will give you the address. My friends want to eat them. Just then Jiaxian is also coming, seeing whom Luwan quickly hides. Jiaxian asks Renchu, have you seen Luwan here? Luwan is telling him, don't tell him about me. But still, Renchu points towards Luwan. Jiaxian comes to Luwan and says, I came to invite you for dinner. Luwan refuses, I will not come. So Renchu starts thinking that there's dinner, meaning I will be able to meet people. Thinking this, Renchu says, I will go with you. And Jiaxian says, yes, okay, you come. Seeing this, Luwan also agrees to go there. At dinner, everyone is sitting together. Liang Xia is not able to make eye contact with Luwan. Then Luwan says, congratulations, you two are together now. So Jiaxian asks, the thing that became so famous that you two are dating, is it true? Luwan says, no, nothing like that. Then Liang Xia starts asking Luwan, are you really not angry with me? Luwan says, no, why would I be angry with you? Then everyone starts eating, and after that, Luwan goes to the washroom. Just then, Liang Xia comes and says, you should get ready well for a good date, so I'm giving you a lipstick. And you now like the boy who is quite popular. This is very good. It shows that you have forgotten your first love. Hearing her words, Luwan gets angry and says, I love Jiaxian, and you took him from me. And all this, Luwan is just thinking. She doesn't say anything. When they're going home, Luwan is looking at both of them and is not able to take her eyes off them. Renchu calls her, but Luwan is just responding but not taking her eyes off them. So Renchu picks her up to distract her and says, if you can't stop looking at them both, then don't look. Next day, Luwan goes to meet Renchu, but there are many of Renchu's friends, only Renchu is not there. So Luwan is waiting for him, and when Renchu arrives, Luwan immediately hides behind the sofa. Renchu says, do you think you are not visible here? Then she stands up. There is a girl with Renchu, seeing whom Luwan thinks that this girl must be his girlfriend. That girl is also coming towards her, and when she starts talking, Luwan says, you have a misunderstanding. Then that girl says to her, sister-in-law. Hen Renchu says, this is my cousin. Her name is Wang Xin. Wang Xin says, hello, sister-in-law. But Luwan says, I'm not your sister-in-law. But still she grabs her and takes a picture with her. Then Luwan puts an agreement in front of Renchu. You sign this so that all the rumors that have spread between us will end. Renchu refuses to sign. Next scene. Renchu and Luwan meet, and Renchu says, come on, I'll give you my number because if we stay together, people will talk a lot. And just then, some children are coming, seeing whom Luwan runs away from there. Next scene. They both reach a class. So Luwan says, no one here will say that we are in a relationship because Shibai doesn't care whether someone is in a relationship or not. But when Shibai also looks at them, he says, did you come with your boyfriend today? Luwan says, he's not my boyfriend. So Renchu says, you said this is a good place? Luwan says, not anymore. Then they both start reading about the heart from Shibai. Luwan is thinking he should be vomiting because he has come to this class for the first time. And whoever comes for the first time, they vomit. Thinking this, she shows him the heart and starts explaining its parts. Seeing all this, Renchu vomits, and Luwan takes his picture. So Renchu says, please delete this picture. And Luwan is laughing, but she is imagining all this. As she keeps imagining, she keeps trying to do it in real life as well. Then Luwan says, you came for the first time, so why aren't you vomiting? Shibai says, because I vomited this morning, so I'm fine now. Luwan says, didn't you make any videos? Shibai says, it must have been captured in this place's cameras. Luwan is thinking all this. I will find this video, and through that video, I will convince him to sign the paper agreement. Next scene. In class, the madam asks Luwan a question, but Luwan doesn't know the answer to any question. So, after class is over, she is sitting alone. Then Renchu comes and says, come on, let's take numbers and talk. Then they go to a place to get household items where Luwan likes a sofa very much. Renchu says, it's not that expensive. Luwan says, yes, like your exams. The way you say about exams that they are not that tough. So Renchu starts asking, why do you fail in these subjects? So Luwan starts telling, I came into these subjects because of Jia. I always wanted to study in his class and in his university, so I came to this university following him. But he is a very deserving student, and I am not that good at studying. You wouldn't know how hard I worked to get admission to this university, but you won't understand because you are very good at studying, and you even refuse to sign that statement. So I will go and get your vomiting video. Renchu says, come on, let's go. So Luwan says, don't worry, I won't tell anyone that you vomited. So Renchu says, I'm saying that I'm ready to sign. Luwan becomes very happy and says, okay, let's go. Then going back, they both sign that agreement. Some things are written in that agreement, such as we both should not meet in public places and we should sit away from each other. Then Luwan goes to her room and posts that agreement, but she doesn't get any benefit from it. Then she goes to meet him again and says, clarify this relationship that there is nothing between us. So Renchu refuses. Then the door knocks. Luwan goes out and sees that Renchu's cousin is looking for someone from the window. Luwan asks, did you come to meet Shibai? So she says, yes, he is my boyfriend. Is he really your boyfriend? And Renchu also arrives there and says, no. So his cousin says, you yourself don't know about relationships. Even if Shibai is not my boyfriend, he will become my boyfriend later. And just then, Shibai also comes out. So Wangxin says, Shibai, I will become your assistant. Shibai says, I already have an assistant. But she says, no, I will also come to meet you. And she runs inside quickly. Luwan and Renchu are leaving when they hear a voice from inside, and we see that inside Wangxin is on top of Shibai, scared, because she has never seen things like those in the laboratory, and seeing it, she vomits. So Wangxin says, sorry, I will clean it. So Shibai says, please go from here, I will clean it. But she still doesn't go and brings cleaning supplies from outside. She is cleaning while lifting one leg. So Shibai asks, why are you doing it like this? So she says, don't you know that I'm a dancer? This is not a difficult task for me, and I like this style very much. Then she also shows the second step. Next day, we see that Luwan receives a delivery. It is not lifted at all because it is very heavy. Therefore, Luwan says, oh God, I wish I had a boyfriend too. And just then a boy comes, and that boy's name is Yu Yang. He says, girls are not as strong as boys, and he starts helping her. Luwan just keeps looking at him. Then, coming home, she opens the delivery, and it's a sofa, seeing which she remembers that it's the same sofa she liked there. She calls Renchu and says, did you send this sofa? Renchu says, yes, because whenever I come to meet you, I will sit on this sofa. Then Renchu goes to Luwan's house and says, the things that are being talked about us can be ended. Luwan starts asking, how? So Renchu says, one of us will have to get into a relationship. Luwan says, have you found a girlfriend? Renchu says, I haven't talked about myself. I'm talking to you. You find a boy, and I will help you. I will bring pictures and profiles of 20 boys for you. Whoever you like, I will fully help you to meet him. And after saying this, he leaves from there. Next. Then they meet in the washroom, and there, Renchu gives many boys' profiles and photographs. Luwan is looking at the boys' profiles. It also includes Renchu's photo, and the boy who helped her lift the sofa also comes there. So Luwan says, I want to date this boy. Renchu gets angry that she didn't select him. In anger, he says, okay, fine, and leaves from there. Next day, Renchu tells Luwan, you have to look into his eyes, then you will fall in love with him. And when Luwan starts looking at him, Renchu is looking into her eyes. Next day, Luwan goes to class and sits in front of Yu Yang and starts reading very fast. So Yu Yang starts looking at her. Luwan takes advantage of the opportunity and starts looking into his eyes. Seeing her eyes, Yu Yang gets scared and runs away. So Luwan tells Renchu, I made a mistake because he ran away in fear. So Renchu says, I will introduce you to a boy who had love at first sight. Maybe he will help you. And that boy is none other than Shibai. Luwan asks Shibai, did you have love at first sight? So Shibai says, I saw Wangxin dancing for the first time, then I fell in love with her. But as I started talking to her, I came to know that she is not at all my type. Luwan is eating watermelon after listening to his story and says, my stomach is full, and give me some advice on love too. Shibai says, you should talk less. The next day, Luwan bakes a cake for Yu Yang. A little cake gets on her nose and Renchu is watching her. So Luwan says, is there something on my face? Come on, clean it. And Luwan comes close to Renchu, causing Renchu's heartbeat to increase significantly. Then Renchu cleans it with a tissue. So Luwan says, your shirt. shirt. Ren Chu says, "It's fine." So Lu Wan says, "I'll fix it," and she goes to fix his collar, causing Ren Chu's heartbeat to increase even more. Then Lu Wan gives him a cold drink and says, "There's a lipstick mark on this glass, don't drink from that side, otherwise it will be an indirect kiss." And thinking this, Ren Chu starts kissing her, but then he realizes that he was just thinking. Then he comes back to his room and says, "Why did I start liking her? She's not good in any way. Then why did I start liking her?" Next, Lu Wan comes wearing the dress Ren Chu suggested. Everyone is looking at her very strangely, and when she says hi to Yu Yang, he gets scared seeing her and says, "Because of you, I lost the game." Then she comes back and tells Ren Chu, "Your dress was very bad. He was scared just seeing me." Then she says, "After that, I played a game with him. Then he smiled, looking at me." And this scene is shown that when she wins the game, Yu Yang says, "Come on, let's take each other's numbers and talk. And you're very good at games, bro." So Lu Wan says, "Bro, you can give me a good name too." So he says, "Okay, I will call you Bro Wan, and you call me Sis Young." After hearing this, Lu Wan starts thinking, what is this boy saying? Is his mind alright? Hearing this, Ren Chu thinks, I made her do everything upside down, then how can that boy be so good with her? Then Lu Wan says, I will make him a cake every day. Ren Chu says, no need, because it will disturb your studies. But Lu Wan says, no, I will do it in my free time. Next day, when Lu Wan is sitting in the library, she has a stomachache. Jiexian and Liangxia are coming from the front, and seeing Lu Wan, Jiexian starts going towards her. Then Liangxia says, she doesn't want to talk to us, so why should we go and meet her? And stops him. Just then Ren Chu comes and says, come on, I'll drop you to the hostel. Then next, we see that Ren Chu gets a call. You have passed. If you want to come now, you can join our project. So Ren Chu says, I have a lot of work at school right now, so I can't come now. So they say, okay, we will wait for your call. Swimming pool scene. Meanwhile, Lu Wan also comes to the swimming pool area, and the boys jump into the swimming pool seeing her. So Lu Wan asks the boys, where is Ren Chu? They tell her, he's over there. She goes inside and starts saying, you're lying. Why did you do this to me? And the cakes I used to send to Yu Yang, you didn't deliver a single one of them to him. And now I found out when he told me that he is allergic to mango, and I made all the cakes only mango flavored. Where did that cake go? So Ren Chu says, I ate it. So Lu Wan says, you could have told me, I would have made another cake for you. So Ren Chu says, okay, I want cake too. So Lu Wan says, I didn't ask you if you want it or not. Tell me, why did you do this to me? And it would be good if your interview gets selected and you leave from here. The people who are making stories between us will also stop. And then Lu Wan leaves angrily from there. Ren Chu keeps thinking only about Lu Wan while sleeping and waking up. So he tells his friend, why is this happening to me? So his friend tells him about a competition. In this competition, there will be 2 people in each pair, and Lu Wan will definitely be in it. After hearing this, Ren Chu also goes to participate in it. Next scene, Lu Wan and her friend reach the hall where it is to be decided who will play with whom in the game. All the people sitting there start looking at them. So they say, why are all these people looking at us? Do we look so cute? And just then they realize that a girl is calling from behind saying, excuse me. They both keep looking at that girl. She says, can you both give me way? Both move aside, and that girl goes and sits down. Then it turns out that that girl is none other than the campus queen. Then Ren Chu enters and goes and sits next to the queen. Actually, Ren Chu was also the king of this campus. When it's time for pairing, Lu Wan says, my pair should not be with Ren Chu, but with Yu Yang. But it doesn't happen. Her pair is with Ren Chu, and Ren Chu starts leaving from there. Lu Wan also starts leaving from there, and they collide. Then the campus queen comes to Lu Wan and says, you are Lu Wan? Lu Wan says, yes, I also know you are the campus queen. And she starts laughing. Then she says, are you Ren Chu's girlfriend? So Lu Wan says, no, these are just things people say. Then with whom do you want to team up? So Lu Wan says, with Yu Yang. So the queen says, okay, I will help you. Next day, the game starts, and Ren Chu is waiting for Lu Wan. Meanwhile, Wang Xin comes there and asks, where is Shibai? So Ren Chu says, I don't know where he is. And have you seen Lu Wan? So Wang Xin says, Lu Wan has gone to play a game with a boy, and I am going to find my Shibai. Then she leaves. Just then, the Queen Guan comes there and says, I'm late. Ren Chu is looking at her. So she says, Lu Wan requested me to switch my teammate with Yu Yang. So she went with Yu Yang, and my pair became with you. On the other hand, Lu Wan is very happy with Yu Yang and is fighting together. But Yu Yang is not even facing her. So in anger, she fights herself. Then both of them sit down and start drinking juice. So Yu Yang says, I want to drink the same juice you're drinking. So Luwan says, I'll get you another one. So Yu Yang says, no, I'll drink from yours. Luwan starts thinking, if he drinks from this straw, it means he indirectly kissed me. But just then, Renchu comes and puts a gun on his head and says, go, get your juice. Keep this juice here. Then all four sit together. Yu Yang is looking at Renchu, and Renchu is looking at Yu Yang. Seeing this, Luwan leaves from there with Yu Yang. On the other hand, Wang Xin says, looking at Shibai's photo, how good he is. He will be my future husband. How good it will be. Just then her foot gets stuck in a pit, causing her to fall, and she faints seeing the blood. On the other hand, Luwan also gets injured, and hearing this, Renchu goes to her. He picks her up and leaves from there. Seeing all this, Renchu and Luwan's friends also become good friends. On the other hand, Wang Xin regains consciousness. Then she says to Shibai, when you didn't like my style, and says, why did you talk to me? I will live according to your wishes, I will keep quiet. Then, Wang Xin kisses him, and Renchu and Luwan also see this. Renchu starts closing Luwan's eyes, then Luwan says, let me see too. Then, Renchu sits Luwan down and starts applying medicine to her wounds. He gets up to get something, and just then they both come very close, and Renchu kisses Luwan. Next scene. Madam is saying, you have to learn to draw blood from your friend's hand. Then we see that Yu Yang has now become a friend of Luwan. So Luwan tells him, Renchu also snatched my first kiss from me. I know he doesn't love me. And then when they are talking, Luwan accidentally says, I was also going to propose to you because I liked you. Hearing his name, Yu Yang says, what did you say? Say it again. So Luwan says, nothing, that was a long time ago, but now we are friends, right? So he starts teasing her about this, and Luwan starts hitting him. On the other hand, Renchu is having lunch with Shibai. Then Renchu tells Shibai, Luwan is my girlfriend now. On the other hand, Luwan is trying to draw blood from her own arm, but she cannot draw blood correctly even once. Next scene. Luwan reaches near the swimming pool. She sees Renchu with his friends there, and Renchu's friend is talking about a girl. What a good figure, right? Hearing this, Luwan says to Renchu, come inside, I need to talk to you. Then she starts saying, today I have seen you very well. Your friends talk about girls, look at their figures, and I've come to tell you why you told Shibai that I am your girlfriend. What do you think of yourself? If you kiss someone, will she get into a relationship with you? And saying this, she starts leaving. So Renchu grabs her arm, and she starts feeling a lot of pain because she had pricked needles in her arm many times for practice. So Renchu starts asking, what happened to you? Luwan doesn't answer anything and leaves from there. Next, Renchu reaches Luwan and starts reading her form aloud. You had filled this form that you need someone to do your experiment, right? So Luwan says, have you come here to tease me too? So Renchu says, no, that's not the case. I came to help you. Then Renchu sits down with his arm in front of her, and Luwan is putting a needle in it. But thinking that he must also be in pain, she feels like crying. So Renchu says, I'm perfectly fine. And when Luwan puts the needle in for the first time, it doesn't go in properly. So Renchu says, Luwan, you can do this. Just pay a little attention that the needle should go inside the vein. When she tries the second time, the needle goes inside the vein and blood starts coming out. She collects the blood. So Renchu says, now I will wait for your results, and leaves from there. Luwan thinks, he said that he didn't feel pain, but I know he did. How can he lie so easily? Next day, Luwan has to demonstrate on her friend that she has learned to draw blood. Her friend is scared and says, please, do it properly. Luwan starts saying, don't worry. And then she says, if anyone's grade is low, they will treat the other one to lunch. Then we are shown the lunch table, where Luwan's friend Qiao is treating Luwan to lunch and says, I didn't know you would do it in one go. You must have practiced a lot. Then Luwan starts thinking about Renchu. Next scene. We see Renchu, who is near the swimming club, and thinks, if I come out of swimming, Luwan will like my body a lot. Maybe she likes boys with good bodies. Just then, Luwan really comes there, and all the boys standing there start taking off their shirts one by one to swim. Seeing all this, Renchu starts saying, who allowed them to do all this? And Luwan is secretly watching them, putting her hands on her face. Just then, Renchu comes there and takes her away and takes her to the room and starts asking her, how did you find those boys' bodies? Did you like them or not? Luwan says, leave this. I didn't come here to talk about this. And anyway, I'm studying about muscles. Renchu says, you were just looking for studies? Now see how my body is. And if your studies are still not going well, then touch and see. Luwan is just surprised. Renchu says, whenever you want to study muscles, come to me to study. Luwan removes her hand from his body. Then Renchu says, there is a swimming competition on Friday, so you should come. But Luwan refuses and leaves from there. Ren Chu also follows her and puts a shirt in her mouth so that she doesn't see the boys. In the next scene, Lu Wan is making a cake when Queen Guan comes there and says, "Will you go shopping with me on Friday? And I need a cake to celebrate my friend's birthday party." There is a packed cake kept there, which she picks up and leaves. So Lu Wan messages her and says, "When you open it, there is something in it that you should not be scared of seeing." Then the day of the swimming competition arrives, so Lu Wan also goes there and starts looking here and there so that someone who is with me can meet me here. She sees Guan there, so she goes and sits next to Guan and starts talking to her. Guan says, "Sit quietly. Watch the competition here. It's about to start." Just then, all the players start arriving, and Ren Chu is also among them. Ren Chu is smiling at Guan, and Guan thinks that he is looking at me. Then Lu Wan also smiles from the front. Then their competition starts, and Lu Wan gets a message from her friend, so she starts replying to it. Ren Chu also wins the competition, and when he looks at Lu Wan after winning the competition, Lu Wan is still busy with her phone. After the competition ends, Lu Wan goes to meet Ren Chu, and Guan also goes with her. When Guan starts talking to Ren Chu ignores her and starts talking to Lu Wan and says, "Why were you busy with your mobile? Why didn't you watch my competition?" Lu Wan says, "I wanted to see it, but I didn't know the competition would end so quickly." Just then, Ren Chu's friend comes and says, "You broke the record. I thought that because of the injury on your arm, you wouldn't be able to break your record." When Lu Wan hears this, she remembers, "I put a needle in Ren Chu's arm, and because of that, his arm must be swollen." So Lu Wan starts apologizing to Ren Chu. "I shouldn't have done that. Because of me, you could have lost the competition today." When Guan hears this, she starts scolding Lu Wan. "Why did you do that?" Then Ren Chu starts saying, "This is not your business. This is my and Lu Wan's business, so stay away from us." Then Lu Wan starts giving Ren Chu the biscuits she made at her bakery. Then Ren Chu says, "I also have a gift for you." He takes her with him. When Guan is sitting alone, she opens the cake, and as soon as she sees the skeleton, she gets scared. Ren Chu gives Lu Wan a rabbit gift and writes in the letter, "I would give you a real rabbit, but I haven't got it yet, but I will give it to you later." Lu Wan is very happy seeing the rabbit. In the next class, we are shown that Madam is telling everyone, now the holidays are going to start, and after the holidays, you have exams. Ren Chu goes to another place to work with other boys during the holidays. In the next scene, Wang Xin is saying to Shibai, "I'm going to my mom's place, so keep messaging me and reply to me on time. And if you are late, I will start worrying about you." Next, we are shown that Lu Wan has Yu Yang lift all her luggage from the hostel to take home, and Yu Yang goes home to drop her off. Lu Wan's mom and dad are scared seeing the skeleton. Yu Yang says, "Lu Wan asked me to bring this here. I was just helping her. I'm leaving." His mom says, "No, wait, take some fruits, etc." Then she gives him fruits, etc., and he happily leaves from there. Then Lu Wan is sitting in the shop and studying. When Ren Chu comes there and says to Lu Wan, "Come on, let's go somewhere to study." Lu Wan gets ready, and he takes her to a place and says, "We will sit here and watch a movie." Lu Wan says, "We came here to study." Ren Chu says, "You have been studying since morning. If you keep studying like this, you will get tired. That's why I brought you here." Lu Wan starts watching the movie. The movie ends. Then Lu Wan says, "Finally, this movie is over." But when Ren Chu asks Lu Wan about the things that happened in the movie, Lu Wan doesn't know a single thing. Ren Chu says, "You didn't watch the movie properly, so you watch it again." Then he puts the movie on again. Lu Wan turns off the movie, but the movie doesn't turn off. There is another remote next to Ren Chu, so she bends down to pick it up, but she gets very close to Ren Chu. Then, quickly, both move to the sides. Next day, Lu Wan's mom has a show, where Liang Xia and Jia Xian are also present. They are thinking of putting up stickers. Just then, Ren Chu also arrives. Jia Xian starts saying, "Only community people have come here, so why did you come here?" Ren Chu says, "I came on behalf of Lu Wan." And Lu Wan points towards Liang Xia to take her boyfriend Jia Xian from there. Then Lu Wan gives Ren Chu a sticker, "You put this on too." Ren Chu is not able to put it on, so Lu Wan puts it on. Then the show starts, and Lu Wan sees that Liang Xia and Jia Xian are happily together, so Lu Wan says, "These two are made for each other," and everyone gets their own. Ren Chu is just looking at Lu Wan. Next, Lu Wan is thinking, "Should I change my department or not?" And Ren Chu is also thinking about Lu Wan. Then both of them say together, "No, it's very difficult." Then Ren Chu sits down somewhere with a dish he made himself. Then Lu Wan also comes there and says, "What is this in your hand? Did you make it?" Then she tastes it and says, "Its smell is very strong." Ren Chu also tastes it and says, "It's really too much." On the other hand, a scene of the lab is shown where Ren Chu had made his dish sitting down. There, a boy sees a bottle of alcohol and says, "Who drank here?" Then seeing this, the boy remembers. It means Ren Chu added alcohol to his dish. On the other hand, Lu Wan is shown, who is completely drunk and starts talking to Ren Chu. Sometimes she starts crying and says, "I worked so hard. and still I feel I will be thrown back into the previous department due to low marks. Ren Chu says, that's not the case, you can do it. Luan says, yes, look, I will definitely show you. Ren Chu wanted to ask, can I be your boyfriend? But instead of boyfriend, he asks for a tutor. Then Luan is going very close to Ren Chu. As far as Ren Chu is going, Luan is getting closer to him and says, we are both adults, what do you think? You are with me. Ren Chu is scared of her. Then she grabs his shirt and says, take off your shirt now. It turns out that it was just a dream of Luan. Actually, she had held her friend Chao's shirt. Then Luan starts asking her friend, how did I come back home? Who came to drop me? Chao says, Ren Chu came to drop you. And you were saying in the whole corridor that kiss me, hug me. Then she messages Ren Chu, I need to meet you. Ren Chu calls her to meet him in the lab. When Luan goes to the lab, Ren Chu apologizes to her, I accidentally added alcohol to that dish. Then he says, my seniors want to ask you some questions. Luan thinks, I haven't even graduated yet, and they have graduated, so they will ask me questions. And what will I answer? Then all the seniors start saying, will you buy us clothes? Etc. Ren Chu tells Luan, we are going for a competition next week, so for that, you buy clothes, etc. For my seniors. They give Luan the shirt sizes in writing. Then Luan sits down and starts ordering shirts, and she orders one extra shirt. Ren Chu says, this is extra. Luan says, the shirt has come extra. Let's say this is a shirt of your size, so consider it a gift from me. Luan was giving him the shirt because on the day she drank, she had torn his shirt to pieces. In the next scene, Chao says, Ren Chu is so handsome and also a topper, so why don't you like him? Don't you have any feelings for Ren Chu? Then she says, you should check once how fast your heartbeat is when you are near Ren Chu. Hearing this, Luan goes to Ren Chu and starts saying, show me your hand. Ren Chu also gets ready to give his hand, and as soon as he brings his hand close to her hand, Luan is watching her heartbeat, which is getting faster and faster. So she quickly takes her hand back. I just remembered, the stethoscope is broken. Then she leaves from there. Next, Luan tells her friend, now I'm leaving this profession because when I loved Jiasian, he also came into this subject and profession, and that's why I came. But now I have found out that it is very difficult for me, so I am leaving it now. After saying this, she starts leaving from there. Then Chao calls her to class. Luan is thinking, why would Chao have called me? And then she sits there. Just then, her video starts playing on the screen in front when they got their first white coats, and she was expressing her feelings. Luan starts crying watching the video. She had said in that video, I will never give up. Chao comes from behind and calls Luan, so Luan quickly goes and hugs her. Chao says, you said that you would never give up. Looking at her picture, Luan starts saying, yes, I have decided that I will not change my major. Her friend also gets happy and says, look, you will become a very good doctor. Both hug each other. In the next scene, we see that Luan is packing cakes and giving them to everyone inside the college. Ren Chu is also there, and he sees a packed cake that Luan has made for Jiasian. Ren Chu says, I will spoil this cake. When Luan comes there, she sees that the cake is not there. Then she says to Ren Chu, did you also sell the cake made for Jiasian? Hearing this, Ren Chu leaves from there and sits elsewhere. When Luan comes there, Ren Chu says, go to Jiasian. Apologize to him. Luan says, I need to apologize to you first because I spoke to you in a very loud voice. Then Luan says, I don't know why we keep fighting with each other. Anyway, let it be. I will make another cake for them. Ren Chu asks, for whom? Luan says, Jiaxian had this cake made for his girlfriend Liang Xia. Ren Chu says, okay, are you angry with me? Luan says, no, why would I be angry? I am happy that they will get married. My two best friends will have cute children. I am very happy for them. Hearing this, Ren Chu becomes happy. In the next scene, we see Chao and Ren Chu's friend Fan Yi, who have gone inside a haunted house. But Fan Yi is very scared there. When both of them move forward, they see two ghosts in front, and both look at each other and scream loudly and hug each other. Then they quickly back off, and both start feeling very shy with each other. In the next scene, Chao is packing her bag to go home. On the other hand, Luan is sitting in front of the laptop with her eyes closed and saying, I will pass the paper. Seeing this, Chao comes to her and opens her result in front of her. Luan has passed. Then both are very happy and say, finally, now we both can have holidays. Then Luan goes home. Her mom starts saying, that handsome boy didn't come to drop you off today, did he? Luan starts thinking that mom is talking about Yu Yang. Then her mom says, no, I'm talking about Ren Chu. Luan starts saying, he didn't go home for the holidays this time, he's at school. Her mom says, then why don't you invite him home for dinner? Luan says, should I invite a boy to my home for dinner? Her mom says, if he's a boy, can he eat with us? Then Luan is going there by bicycle and thinking, I will ask Ren Chu to come to my house for dinner today. Just then, Ren Chu comes from behind and Luan stops. Ren Chu starts saying, how are you here? Luan says, Mom invited you for dinner. Ren Chu becomes very happy. Luan says, will you come? Ren Chu says, yes, I will come. Then in the next scene, we see that when Renchu goes to Luwan's house, she is wearing the same t-shirt that Luwan's mom made for her dad. They had a holiday, so they gave it to Renchu to wear. Luwan says, "We take pictures every year, so let's take a picture." Then all four of them get their pictures taken, sit at the dining table, eat, and then play games. After that, the Happy New Year countdown starts. After the counting ends, everyone starts wishing each other Happy New Year. Luwan sees that it is snowing outside, so she quickly goes outside. Renchu follows her. Luwan is very happy going into the snow, then Renchu comes from behind and gives her a muffler so that she doesn't get cold. After both enjoy a lot, they stand somewhere. Just then, Luwan sees that Renchu is also feeling cold, so she gives him half of her muffler. Then both come inside, and Luwan says goodnight to Renchu and goes to her room. Coming inside, she starts thinking, do I like him? No, that can't be. How can I like him? But why does my heart want him to stay here with me? Renchu is also sitting outside thinking only about Luwan. Next day, when Luwan wakes up, she comes to her mom with the same stethoscope and says, "I will check you." Just then, Renchu also comes and sits next to her and seeing the stethoscope says, "Tell me how to use this too." Luwan starts telling, "This next part will be cold. Let's warm it up first." Luwan is holding the stethoscope. Then Renchu also puts his hand on top. Both hold each other like this for a long time. Luwan remembers the scene when she went to Renchu to check her heartbeat. Then in the present, she starts checking Renchu's heartbeat and says, "It seems he couldn't hide his feelings." Renchu says, "What are you thinking? I'm going home now." Luwan says, "Okay, I will also drop you outside." Renchu starts saying goodbye to her. Then Luwan says, "Will you be my boyfriend?" Then she starts thinking to herself, "Crazy, what did you ask?" Then she starts saying, "There's no need to be so confused. I'm asking you because there's a party coming up, so you will become my boyfriend for one day there." Renchu thinks she's making me a boyfriend for just one day, but still, he agrees to become a boyfriend. Then the day of the party arrives. There, everyone starts asking Jia Xian, "Wasn't Luwan your girlfriend?" Liang Xia says, "Luwan doesn't like Jia Xian at all. She likes Renchu." Just then, Renchu also arrives and says, "Yes, I am Luwan's boyfriend." Then they sit down and everyone starts eating. Renchu gives Luwan food. Other girls are watching her. Renchu starts feeding Luwan. Then Luwan says, "We are not a real couple, so you don't need to do this." So Renchu starts saying, "If we don't do this, they will suspect that we are not a real couple." Hearing this, Luwan becomes quite impressed. Then after the party, Luwan starts going home with Renchu. Then Renchu asks, "Are you feeling cold?" Luwan says, "No." Then Renchu holds Luwan's hand and says, "Look, your hands are getting very cold." Then he takes off his muffler and starts giving it to Luwan. Luwan starts thinking, he's my boyfriend for one day and how much he cares. This is so nice, isn't it? Then she thinks, I want him to be my boyfriend forever because he is very caring. If he becomes my boyfriend, he will take care of me like this. Just then she reaches her house, so Luwan says, "I've reached my home, and thank you. You became my boyfriend for one day." Then saying bye, she comes inside. At home, Luwan is waiting for Renchu's call. When Renchu's cousin Wang Xin calls, "Help me, I'm outside." Luwan quickly calls Renchu. "I don't know what happened to Wang Xin, she called me." Then we see Wang Xin, who is trapped in an iron grill. Luwan comes there and puts her head inside the same grill and says, "What happened to you?" Seeing her, Wang Xin starts thinking, she put her head inside too, but why isn't mine coming out? Just then, Renchu comes there and says, "Your mouth is so big and you knew you would get stuck here, so why did you bring your face here?" After a while, Sibai also comes there, and both of them take Wang Xin out. Then Renchu calls Wang Xin's mom and says, "We found Wang Xin. I'm sending you the location." Wang Xin's mom comes there and says to Wang Xin, "Come on, get in the car with me." She sees that there is a girl with Renchu, so she asks Renchu, "Who is this?" Luwan tells her name, then Renchu says, "She's my friend." Then her aunt leaves from there. When she is going with her daughter Wang Xin, she starts asking, "Who was the girl with Renchu?" Wang Xin says, "She wasn't his girlfriend, but she's going to be." Aunt says, "Both are a perfect match, and I will tell this to Renchu's mom too." Next, Luwan says, "Today I will ask Renchu if he will go out with me." Then she says, "The holidays are very long. Like Jia Xian is with Liang Xia, Fan Yi is with Chao, and Shibai is with Wang Xin. Then with whom will I go out?" Renchu says, "I'm free, will you go with me?" Luwan happily says, "Yes." Then next day, Luwan goes to the place Renchu told her about. When she arrives there, she sees that Yu Yang has also come with Renchu. Her mood gets bad there. Then both start looking at the fishes and start shaking hands from a distance. A romantic scene is going on between the two of them. When Yu Yang comes and says, "We will go inside to watch the show because I have 3 tickets." He starts taking them both inside and shows his tickets. Then he realizes that his tickets have expired. Hearing this, Renchu and Luwan both hold each other's hands and run away from there. In the next scene, Shibai says to Luwan, I have to go for an operation, and you also become my assistant there because the other people are very busy. Lu Wan is very happy that she will get to see the operation. Then, Lu Wan is standing outside the operation room and using her mobile. Then the senior doctor comes and scolds her. The operation is going to start in 15 minutes, and you are still busy with your mobile? Quickly turn off your mobile and stand here to watch the operation. When they come out after the operation, it turns out that Lu Wan is sleeping outside. Seeing this, Sibai starts to lift her up. When Lu Wan sees her senior doctor, she says, I want to introduce myself to you again. Then Lu Wan starts introducing herself again. Hearing the introduction, the doctor also becomes happy and says, you will be very successful in the future. Then, Lu Wan is going back tired. Then she meets Ren Chu sitting in the lobby, who is saying, I was waiting for you because if it gets late, how would you go to the hostel alone? So I thought I would wait and drop you to the hostel. Lu Wan starts thinking, he cares so much about me, which means he likes me. Just then, Lu Wan's nose starts bleeding, so Ren Chu starts cleaning it. Then Lu Wan comes to the hostel. She is very tired and says, I just want to sleep. Next day, Lu Wan messages Ren Chu, will you go to the swimming pool? Ren Chu says, yes. Then Lu Wan tells her friend, Chao, I will confess my love to Ren Chu tomorrow. Chao says, you will have to go after getting makeup done. Therefore, Lu Wan goes to the parlor and gets a makeover. On the other hand, we are shown Liang Xia and Jia Xian. Liang Xia says, I'm going to study abroad. Will you come with me? Jia Xian says, I haven't thought about it yet. Liang Xia says, if Lu Wan were with you, you would definitely go. Jia Xian says, why did Lu Wan come between us? Liang Xia says, Lu Wan liked you a long time ago and I took you away from her. In the same mall, Lu Wan also arrives. Then she meets Jia Xian, and Jia Xian starts asking her, did you like me? Hearing this, Lu Wan says, let's talk about it somewhere else. On the other hand, Liang Xia is thinking, I shouldn't have said that to him. Lu Wan says, yes, I liked you before, but I don't anymore. Now I like someone else. Saying this, Lu Wan is leaving when her foot slips from a place. In an attempt to save her, Jia Xian catches her. Just then, Liang Xia arrives there and says, I came here to say sorry, and you are here with Lu Wan? So Lu Wan starts saying, Liang Xia, you're misunderstanding. But Liang Xia doesn't listen to anyone and throws the cake she's holding towards her. Jia Xian closes his eyes, but the cake hits Lu Wan. Lu Wan says to Jia Xian, help me clean it, but Jia Xian runs after Liang Xia. Then, after cleaning her face a little, Lu Wan is just leaving from there hiding, when Ren Chu recognizes her on the way and asks, what happened to your face? Lu Wan shows him her face and says, Liang Xia misunderstood me after seeing me with Jia Xian. Ren Chu says, come on, let's wash your face. When she comes back after washing her face, Ren Chu starts saying, I can still smell cake on your hair. Come, I'll wash your hair. Then, Ren Chu starts washing her hair. Ren Chu asks Lu Wan to come to a place. Lu Wan also gets ready to come. Ren Chu is making preparations at the place where he called Lu Wan because today he wants to confess his love to Lu Wan. But when Lu Wan is coming there, she gets a call from Jia Xian. Jia Xian asks, have you seen Liang Xia? Then we are shown a scene from many years ago where Liang Xia is telling Lu Wan, where do I go when I'm sad? Lu Wan starts going there. On the way, some bad boys start making bad noises. Lu Wan quickly calls Ren Chu and tells him where I am going. When she reaches there, she sees Liang Xia is there. Lu Wan says to her, come on, let's go back. Liang Xia says, I won't go. You always try to be strong in front of me, but you are not strong at all. You liked Jia Xian before, but you didn't confess your love, and now you like Ren Chu, and you haven't told Ren Chu yet. Hearing this, Lu Wan feels a little bad, but she says, no, now I have become strong. Now come with me. She forcibly takes her from there, but on the way, they again encounter the same bad boys, and this time they stop them. Lu Wan comes forward and starts scaring them. I have learned karate, so I will break your bones. She starts doing stunts to show. The boys start getting a little scared, but Lu Wan is thinking in her mind, just let Ren Chu come quickly because it is difficult for me to survive for much longer. Just then, Ren Chu enters. He comes and beats those boys. Lu Wan starts asking Ren Chu, did you get hurt anywhere? Just then, Jia Xian also arrives. Jia Xian asks Lu Wan, are you alright? Ren Chu immediately holds Lu Wan's hand and starts leaving from there and says to Jia Xian, look at your girlfriend first. Lu Wan thinks, he's still holding my hand. Does he like me? Thinking this, she asks Ren Chu, what are you thinking? Ren Chu says, are you crazy? You risk your life trying to save someone else. Next time, tell me first before doing anything like this. Lu Wan says, okay. Then, Ren Chu starts applying medicine to Lu Wan's injury. Lu Wan is thinking, when will he confess his love to me? Ren Chu is also thinking, I haven't even brought flowers here. Ren Chu says, whatever I have to say to you, I will say tomorrow. Next day, Fan Yi starts giving Chao a small flower. Chao says, will you give me such a small flower? Fan Yi says, "No, I have brought a big flower for you, and I bought it with Ren Chu. I took one, and Ren Chu took one." Then Chao takes those flowers from Fan Yi, takes a picture, and sends them to Lu Wan. She says, "Ren Chu brought these flowers today, and you both are going to become a couple now." Lu Wan becomes very happy. She happily starts going to Ren Chu, but when she reaches there, she sees that Ren Chu is standing with Guan. Guan is saying to Ren Chu, "Thanks, you gave me this flower." Seeing this, Lu Wan stops there and then leaves from there. And on the other hand, Ren Chu is shown taking back his flower and saying, "Go from here. I didn't bring this flower for you, but I brought this flower for Lu Wan. Go from here, otherwise Lu Wan will misunderstand something." Guan says, "She has already misunderstood what she had to misunderstand, because when I said thank you, she was standing at the door and listening to everything." Hearing this, Ren Chu starts leaving. Then Guan holds his hand and says, "What is there in Lu Wan that you liked her so quickly?" Just then, Lu Wan comes there and releases both hands, pushing Guan aside. Then she says to Ren Chu, "I heard everything. You like Guan and gave her flowers, and Guan also likes you. But before that, I want to tell you something. I like you, and you can reject me, but you also have to give me a reason for rejecting." Ren Chu starts laughing, looking at Lu Wan. Then, giving her the flower, he says, "You are cute, and how can I reject you? These flowers are only for you, and I just want to ask you one question. Will you be my girlfriend?" Hearing this, Lu Wan becomes happy and replies yes. Guan says, "Lu Wan, what are you saying?" Lu Wan says, "I have said what I had to say. Now you can confess your love." Then she starts leaving there and is thinking, "I shouldn't leave Ren Chu alone with that girl." But as soon as she thinks this, she falls down the stairs. In the next scene, Wang Xin is in the hospital. She sees that Lu Wan is in the hospital, so she immediately calls Ren Chu and says, "Lu Wan is in the hospital." Ren Chu runs to the hospital and goes to Lu Wan and says, "You left me with a girl alone and came here?" He's saying all this, then it turns out that it's Yu Yang. It turns out that when Lu Wan fell, she fell on Yu Yang, which is why Yu Yang got hurt. Fan Yi, standing there, proposes to Chao to become his girlfriend. Then, when Lu Wan is leaving, she sees that Guan is crying. Lu Wan says, "Why are you crying? You are so cute. You will get a good boy." Guan says, "Yes, you will only say this now because you got your love. So you will talk like this, and I will not stay with tearful eyes. I'm going to sleep." In the next scene, we see Lu Wan at home. Just then, Ren Chu comes there and brings gifts too. Then, Lu Wan's mom and dad come there. They sit together and start eating and are happy that today, Lu Wan has cooked for the first time. Lu Wan's mom starts asking Ren Chu, "Do you have a girlfriend too?" Ren Chu says, "Yes, I have a girlfriend." Lu Wan's mom says, "She will also be the topper girl of the college, right? Who is your girlfriend?" Ren Chu starts saying, "No, she's very nice." Lu Wan cannot tolerate this, so she stands up and says, "Mom, I'm introducing you now. I'm the one who is Ren Chu's girlfriend." After hearing this, her mom and dad start looking at each other. Then her dad holds Ren Chu's hand and says, "Your life is going to be very difficult now." Lu Wan says, "Dad, what do you mean? I am such a good girl." Ren Chu says, "Yes, absolutely." Then, Lu Wan and Ren Chu are sitting alone. From behind, her mom and dad are also looking at them. Lu Wan says, "You are feeling uncomfortable here, right? Let's go to my room." Then they go to the room. Lu Wan opens her gift and sees that there is a notebook in it, on every page of which it is written, "I like you." Then something is written in Chinese on one page. Lu Wan says, "What is written in Chinese?" Ren Chu says, "From now on, don't call me senior. I'm your boyfriend. I'm very sweet." Lu Wan says, "Is writing sweet your style? Why did you write sweet?" Ren Chu says, "Am I not sweet? Should I let you check a sweet thing?" And saying this, he comes close to her and kisses her. Then he says, "Was that sweet?" Lu Wan answers yes. Then Ren Chu takes Lu Wan to the same place where Lu Wan was winking at the mirror for the first time. Lu Wan says, "I didn't know at all that this is a one-sided mirror." Then she says, "It's okay. This time you wink at me, I'll go inside." Saying this, she runs inside and asks Ren Chu to wink from inside. Ren Chu does the same. Then both of them start taking mirror selfies. Then Ren Chu starts telling Lu Wan, "My lab organizers are taking us somewhere for a month." Lu Wan says, "I will come to meet you there." Ren Chu says, "We will be out of city." Lu Wan says, "Okay, you go, but don't talk to any other girl. Message me on time and video call me." Ren Chu says, "Okay." Then he starts kissing her. Lu Wan goes to drop Ren Chu off. Then leaving him, she goes to meet Yu Yang in the hospital who has not yet been discharged. Lu Wan gets a video call from Ren Chu. Ren Chu tells her about an app that he made himself. It's a robot. The robot starts talking to Lu Wan and asks, "Can I help you with anything?" Lu Wan starts telling the robot many things and says, "I'm missing my boyfriend." The robot sends Ren Chu's photo. Lu Wan asks, "How did you get this?" The robot says, I have accessed Renchu's mobile, so I also have his mobile pictures. Luwan is sleeping. Then she has a dream. She goes to the pool area where Renchu is swimming. Renchu comes to her and kisses her. In the next scene, Renchu gets a message from Luwan. I have ordered food for you, so go, get it from downstairs. When Renchu goes downstairs, Luwan comes from behind and surprises him and asks, "Did you miss me?" Renchu says, "Yes, I missed you a lot." He is spinning her around when the professors start passing by. Renchu says, "Hello, professor," to the professor. Hearing the professor's name, Luwan quickly gets down and says, "What a bad impression must have been created on you because of me." Renchu says, "It's okay, my professors are very friendly." Then Renchu treats Luwan to dinner with his seniors. Then both of them go to see the stars. Luwan doesn't know how to use it at all, so Renchu teaches her. When Luwan is looking at the stars, Renchu hugs her from behind. Just then the seniors' calls come, so Renchu starts talking. Luwan also starts talking to them. Seniors say, "Renchu kept sitting and talking to you all night." Luwan says, "I was talking to the robot." Hearing this, Renchu wasn't even looking at Luwan. Luwan says, "That robot was you." Then she starts beating him. "Why did you lie to me?" Next we see Renchu and Luwan arrive at the airport when Renchu's parents arrive from behind. Luwan gets nervous and starts cleaning the ice cream quickly. Renchu says to his parents, "This is my girlfriend." Luwan also starts saying hello to them. Seeing such cute behavior, Renchu's mother says, "As your aunt told me, she is even cuter than that." Renchu says, "Come on, let's sit and talk somewhere." Then they sit down and start talking. Luwan is getting very nervous, causing the table to shake. Renchu's father says, "Luwan, you don't need to be nervous." Just then, an announcement is made. Your flight is about to depart. Hearing this, Renchu and Luwan get up from there. After sitting on the plane, Luwan says, "I'm watching a horror movie." She sits down to watch a horror movie, but she feels that a ghost is coming from behind. Then Renchu calls her. Then she is sure that there is no one behind. Then they reach a hotel. After going to the hotel, Luwan is feeling sleepy. Renchu says, "You are feeling sleepy, so go and sleep in your room." Luwan goes to her room and tries to sleep, but she starts having a lot of stomach pain. Just then she hears someone's voice, which scares her a lot. She quickly goes to Renchu's room and says, "I'm having stomach pain, and I'm also scared, so can I sleep in your room?" Then she sees a ghost on the side, so she says, "Please let me sleep here." When Luwan starts sleeping, hugging him, she really falls asleep. Next morning, Renchu is feeling sleepy because he couldn't sleep all night. In the flashback, it is shown that every time while sleeping, Luwan would put her legs on Renchu, and Renchu was repeatedly pushing her back. In the next scene, Renchu says to Chao, "You have to do this." Chao says, "I can't lie to Luwan." Renchu says, "You have to do it for me." Then, in the next scene, Luwan says to Chao, "I want to give Renchu a farewell party." Chao starts giving her ideas, and is also happy so that she doesn't know anything about the plan. Then, Chao tells about a place. "You book this place. We will wear traditional dresses here." When Luwan is about to book that place, she sees that the rent is very high. She says, "I can't do this." Chao says, "I have got free tickets there." Hearing this, Luwan becomes very happy and says, "You have become an angel for me." Then both are going to that place by taxi. On the other hand, the people there are already making preparations. When Luwan arrives there, Renchu enters from the door. Luwan becomes happy seeing him. Renchu says, "I made you wait a lot, didn't I? Now come and wear this dress. Along with that, I have given you the script too. For today, you will be my bride, and I will be your groom." Luwan comes wearing the same traditional dress. Everyone is surprised seeing her because she looks very beautiful in that dress. Then, everyone starts telling their characters what role they are playing in this story. Everyone starts working according to their story. Wang Xin is Renchu's daughter. She comes to Shibai and says, "Dad, tell me how your daughter looks." On the other hand, Renchu and Luwan start eating cupcakes. Renchu starts tasting the cream on Luwan's lips. Just then, Yu Yang arrives. Both of them immediately move back seeing him. Then Luwan gets a piece of evidence. She keeps it somewhere and says, "I have completed my mission." The answer comes from the other side. "Now wait for us there." But Luwan doesn't stop there and leaves from there. Just then Yu Yang comes there and seeing that place says, "I will rest here for a while." Thinking this, he goes inside to rest and takes a red cloth over himself. Just then, the four of them arrive there, and seeing the cloth on him, they say, "Luwan must be here." Seeing this, the four of them start lifting him up to take him away. Sitting inside, Yu Yang starts thinking there will be a hidden mission. When they leave from there, Luwan comes there and seeing that place says, "Where did everyone go from here?" On the other hand, Renchu goes to the room and is having a romantic conversation with Yu Yang, thinking that it is Luwan. But as soon as he removes the cloth, he realizes that it is Yu Yang. Seeing him, he gets scared. On the other hand, Luwan is looking for everyone else. Just then Renchu comes there and calls her and says, "See your script. What was to be done next?" Luwan starts reading the story and says, "Now I had to go to the bedroom." Seeing this, she quickly takes Renchu inside with her. Going there, she sits down taking a red scarf over herself. Renchu removes the scarf from her. Just then, Luwan gets thirsty, so Renchu gives her water. After drinking water, Luwan becomes completely drunk and says, "This time, I won't tear your clothes." Then she pulls Renchu towards her and says, "What is our next mission?" Saying this, she laughs and lies him on the bed and comes very close to him. Renchu is blushing. Luwan says, "Now even topper students have started blushing?" Hearing this, Renchu gets suspicious and says, "You're not drunk, are you?" Luwan doesn't say anything. Renchu understands that she is acting. Then Renchu immediately lies Luwan down and says, "Do you want to take a tutorial on this?" Saying this, he starts kissing her. When both wake up in the morning, Luwan is blushing, seeing Renchu. Just then, Renchu says, "I have a gift for you." Then he starts giving her a ring. Luwan asks, "Is this also part of the story?" Renchu says, "No, I brought this for you myself. I'm giving you this ring so that you always stay with me." He puts the ring on her. Just then, Luwan starts having stomach pain. When Sibai checks, it turns out that she has appendicitis. Sibai says, now she will have to be taken to the hospital for surgery immediately. Even in the hospital, Luwan is worried about her mobile. She is saying, "Where is my mobile?" Hearing this, everyone starts laughing. Then we are shown a scene 1 month later. Renchu is waiting for Luwan. Luwan comes running. Renchu says, "You shouldn't run so much." Luwan says, "I'm perfectly fine and it's been a month since the operation." Then both of them reach the same place and enjoy there. Then they sit down somewhere and start dating. Luwan says, "What a good place." Renchu says, "Yes, without Yu Yang, this is a very good place." Just then, Renchu gets a stamp on Luwan's hand and also gets a stamp on the same place himself. A heart is formed. Luwan smiles and says, "Where did you learn all this?" Renchu says, "Open this and see." Luwan opens it, and it's the same agreement they had made earlier when people were making stories about them. Then, Luwan extends her hand and says, "Happy Corporation Boyfriend." Renchu also says, "Happy Corporation Girlfriend." Then both start kissing each other. Our episode is about to end here when Yu Yang enters. He comes again with the same tickets. Our drama ends happily here.